start recording. There we go.
Beautiful. All right, so you can see my screen. Hello and welcome to VEND.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, so I'm just going to pull this. I'll just pull your old file up. So obviously, it's like a social club. Is it, Tom? Or is it like a golf club?
It's very much like the golf club. Bar and a little bit of kitchen, and we also have members.
Cool. All right, beautiful. So is it just a bar that you're sort of looking to, because you've got a cash register at the moment, like, is there a restaurant as well, or is it purely just like a bar?
Restaurant as well.
Okay, cool. And just a couple of things in terms of, like, would you need like table mapping as part of the system, or that's not necessarily?
Not really, no. Yeah, not really necessary. We have a counter service, so where people come and collect their food, which makes their life very easy. Okay,
cool. And just on the ordering process, so when you take an order, would you want like the order to bump automatically from the sales screen of the point of sale system straight into the kitchen with another screen, or are you going to print out a receipt and sort of just give it to the kitchen?
We're going to print out receipts because the kitchen, we're hoping to have a terminal there as well. So they'll take it and print it out.
Yeah, perfect, beautiful. Just that, we don't have that functionality. Like some people will want to be able to automatically bump to another screen. It's got like order bumping to the kitchen. We can't do it. As long as you're looking to print out the dock, that's absolutely fine. We can definitely handle that in VEND. Another thing I wanted to check with you, not obviously in terms of like ingredients and stuff like that, would you need to track sort of wastage or expiry dates, so that's not essential?
It'd be nice to have that in the future once we get it up and running, but right at the moment that's not that necessary.
Okay.
We have a very low wastage kitchen.
We don't have that functionality in VEND, not to say that we won't have it, but it's not something that's part of the system at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment that's not a high priority at all.
Oh, all right, beautiful. All right, sweet. So obviously, just with the cash register, so I mean, it's going to be a pretty simple setup. Just putting sales through pretty quickly. And do you want to be able to collect customer information and stuff like that, or is it just to get away from the cash register and a bit more something that's up to date and you put sales through quickly and track what's being sold?
We'd like to be able to track customers, basically just literally could track them in and out of the club. It'd be nice to have more data on them, but I don't really want to be collecting exactly how many drinks they have or anything like that. Basically just to be able to say this person has entered. And I know that at the golf club, they have a facility to be able to load their cards up with like $100 or something and use that. So that would be brilliant as well.
Yeah, so you can do gift cards and loyalty and stuff in VEND. That's easy. I can definitely show you that. All right, cool. All right, perfect. So, Tom, probably what I'll do is I'll jump into my demo screen. Beautiful. So I'll just jump into that. I'll just jump to the home screen. You can see that, Tom?
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. All right, beautiful. I mean, you guys, like, in terms of, I'll probably just show you through the home screen. I'll touch on a little bit of reporting and stuff like that, and then I'll jump into the sales screen. That's probably where, you guys will probably do most of your work in terms of quick keys and collecting customer information and stuff like that. Is there anything else that you sort of want to touch on other than the basics? Obviously, I don't want to overload you with every feature that VEND's got. So I just want to take you through the basics of what I think you guys will need, and then sort of go from there.
Yeah, basically the sales thing. We also would love to look into the inventory side of things, like being able to scan in what's coming in and basically do stock takes, that kind of thing.
Perfect. That's easy. I can definitely show you that as well in the product section. Brilliant. All right, beautiful. Well, I'll just start on the home screen here. You can see that. Hi, Justin Lawson. Here's what's happening in your store.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, beautiful. So the home screen, so this demo store is quite new, so I haven't got a whole lot of data in it. It will be the same for you guys when you sort of get going. Obviously, you build up that data over time. But the home screen is just sort of a quick snapshot of what the store, what the bar is doing. And I can break that down in the day, today, the week, or the month. Obviously, I've got a few different outlets here, but obviously just be a single outlet for yourself. And it's just a few different key metrics. So what's been sold, average sale value. If you've got any, so things to do will be like things like purchase orders. So if you've got stock that's due to arrive, it'll always have a reminder there and when delivery is due and whatnot.
Brilliant.
your sales targets, sales this month, your gross profits, sale count, sales to the customer, your revenue, average sale value, discounts, if you guys do discounts, average items per sale, top products sold and whatnot, and then your top salespeople. This is also customizable. So I can change so I can click on this and I can pick and choose what metrics I want to see. If you don't want to see, there's some things in there you don't want to see, you can just tick them off. So you don't have to see them. So it is customizable. All right.
That's cool.
Any questions there? Any questions there, Tom, or anything like that? That's pretty straightforward.
That's perfect.
All right, cool. I'll jump into the reporting. Do you guys run any reports, Tom? Or sort of how do you
Yeah,
I know you integrate. Yep.
We do the end of week report just to see what the sales are. And every day we break down where the sales came in. We put that into a takings ledger, and then at the end of the month we do our profit and loss every single month. Cool. There's a few.
Beautiful. All right, cool. Well, that's nice and easy. All right, so this is the retail dashboard. This is a bit more in depth in the home screen. Once again, it's obviously I can view it by the day, the week, and the month. And I can also obviously change the date and do a date range. And I can go back by each month. Obviously by the hourly. I can also add filters here. So just say, for example, when you're loading your products in, so say if you just wanted to see a data sheet based on Heineken beer, for example. I can type in Heineken, for example, and I can just see a data sheet with all these sort of metrics. So revenue, sales count, your customer count, your gross profit, average items per sale, average sale count, discounts, and so on and so forth, and top products sold and your top salespeople. So that's just a bit more in-depth snapshot of what the business is doing to the home screen.
Brilliant.
Jump into sales reports. So obviously, the sales reports, how it works this time is a bit of an X and a Y axis. So you've got your report type, and then up the top, it's sort of your more basic sort of reporting. And then you go down, there's a bit more advanced stuff. So you can pick and choose what type of report you want, and then you pick the measure. Cool. Whether that's average item per sale, cost of goods sold, customer count, discounts, and so on and so forth. Gross profits, items sold last sale, your margins, and whatnot. And then I can pick a date range. So I can break it down to the year, the quarter, the month, the week, the day, and even by the hour.
Brilliant.
Which is, and the hour is quite cool because it's good for staffing, because you can see like hour by hour, sweet, we had like a really, we're pretty hot in terms of, we may need to get a couple more casuals in for that day during that period, if that makes sense. So the hour is quite cool. I can also do a comparison, so I can compare the same date in the previous year, just to see how I'm tracking.
Excellent. That's exactly what we're after.
Sweet. Beautiful. I mean, just in terms, what type of, I'll let you sort of guide me here, Tom. What sort of, in terms of like a sales report, would it be by register? So you do it by register, for example? I'll let you go. Is there anything in particular that you would like me to show you, any particular report that you would run?
Let's see. Well, I'll probably be something just like total sales over the hour would be nice, just to see where our peak times are and when we'd be able to knock stuff off.
Yeah, beautiful. You can do that by, or just say that would be the outlet. So that would just be your revenue. And as I said, you can break that down. Yeah, and I can do that by the hour.
So basically, if we've got 2 terminals, we can break it down per terminal as well.
Exactly right. So I would literally just change the report type to user.
Brilliant.
And that would give you a breakdown of that user or that register for that hour by hour.
Brilliant. That's cool.
All right, beautiful. Okay, cool. And as I said, you can also add your filters in there as well. So if I wanted to break that down to a particular beer or a particular food option or whatever it may be, I can break it down pretty quick like that as well.
Excellent.
And then I will jump into the inventory report. So you've got sort of 3 sections to inventory reports and sort of track an inventory. So you've got your summary. Basically, this is almost like the life cycle of a product, basically. So like closing inventory, items sold, you can set reorder points in VEND. So basically, when you get down to, say you've ordered like a heap of beer or wine or whatever it may be, you can set reorder points in VEND. So when it gets to, say, a certain level, so say you've got 10 bottles left of a particular red wine, you can set reorder points and say, okay, yep, I'm at that point, I want to reorder 60 bottles or whatever it may be, just for argument's sake. So reorder point, reorder amount, items sold per day, the sell-through rate, your days cover. Your days cover means how many days. So VEND will make an estimate of how many days it thinks until you run out of that product for you. Okay. When the product was created, your first sale, your last sale, your revenue, your sales count, cost of goods sold, gross profit, your margins, your discounts, start date inventory, average cost, retail value, return count, returns, customer count, and so on and so forth. Also, Tom, this is also customizable. So if you don't want to see all of this data, you can change it if you want to. I've got everything told on just to show you the full sort of functionality of it, but you can customize it to what you guys really want to see.
Cool.
All right, beautiful. Cool.
That's going to prove very useful.
Yeah, and as I said, it's the same sort of thing. So you've got your X and your Y axis. So once again, the report type. Sorry, my computer's going a bit mental. And then you can do a low inventory or all inventory report or inventory on hand.
Brilliant.
All right. And then, as I said, date range again. Specific dates all time. You can change your date range there.
Brilliant.
Same with replenishment. Same sort of thing when you're replenishing items. And then probably the most one which I think is the coolest, is the product performance report. So it's how a product, and obviously I've got a few different things in here, but this is just how a product is performing, whether it's it's a particular beer or a type of meal or whatever it may be. You can go through, and as I said, that is customizable as well. So you can change that. So I might just tick everything on here just to show you the whole full picture.
Cool.
Very similar to what I showed you before with the sale report. Whereas this is more how a product is performing versus just what the sales are, if that makes sense.
So then I take it if you click on items sold, then it'll show how many. So it'll resort it. That's beautiful. That's very good.
Exactly. Yep, exactly right. Yep, exactly. All right, beautiful.
So the worst performance is Stripe. Cool.
Exactly right. Yep, exactly right. And you can sort of come across here, and this can sort of affect your buying decisions as well. So some of my items here, my margins are better than others. So you can sort of go back to suppliers and say, well, either I need to renegotiate my terms or whatever it may be, or but yeah, this is where you can sort of factor in your buying decisions. You can see what's selling, what's hot and what's not, for lack of a better term, and make your buying decisions based on that. Cool.
That's going to be useful.
How does that look, Tom? Does that sort of fit in the bill? That's sort of what you guys are after?
It's definitely going to improve the way things run, which is going to be wonderful. It's actually exactly what I've been looking for.
Perfect. All right, beautiful. All right, I'll jump into the sales script. Beautiful. Okay, so first off, there's 3 different ways you can put a sale through in Vend. The first and the most manual way is sort of just to manually type something, and I'll just put, and it'll sort of just fulfill the auto-populate the search bar.
Yeah.
The second way is that how did you want us to do it? Do you think you'd put sales through scanning barcodes, or sort of did you have a vision of how you wanted to put sales through?
We're looking for basically there'll be a beer tab, and then I have the beers on. There'll be a wine tab, and so it's just touch screen.
Perfect. So this is basically what I'm sort of hovering over here is what we call your quick keys.
Cool.
All right, which would probably be a good fit for you guys. So basically, you could set up a quick key, for example, where I've got the ashes on both. So I could have this as Heineken or Kieran or whatever it may be. I click on Kieran. You can have 3 different attributes. So you could have for you guys, it'd probably be size. I'm going to assume mini pint or whatever it may be. And then you click pint, for example, and then that will automatically shoot straight into the card on the right-hand side there. So for you guys, you could have your food options, your different drink options. So you can have 5 by 5 different quick keys. So 25, and then within each quick key, you can have another 25 attributes or 25 variants. So how many products you roughly got, Tom? I think we thought it was about 50, maybe 50 different product lines.
50 different lines on maybe let's say about 70 lines on the alcohol, but they're split up into groups of spirits and packaged and beer. So
yeah, perfect. Well, that's basically how you could set this up. You could have a spirit quick key, you could have a beer quick key, wine quick key, and then you could have a food quick key. for example.
Excellent.
And then all of your food items will be within that quick key. So super quick to put a sale through.
And then we also have like every now and then, if someone's buying a takeaway 6-pack, we do have a barcode scanner already. So I'm guessing that if I scan that and set up the SKU in the in this system, then it'll come up as well.
110%. So you just scan it, it'll beep, and it'll just pop straight over into the cart.
Beautiful.
Yep, nice and easy. So I'll show you a couple. So this is where you would add a customer to a sale, for example. And I've got some. So just say I've got Brett Morris here. You can also create customer groups. So see Brett Morris has got, he's a VIP. So Brett Morris automatically gets a 10% discount.
Nice.
So you can set up, you can collect, and I'll just click on Brett here. But also, obviously, I can see all of his information here, if he's got store credit or whatever it may be, customer details. You can collect as much or as little information as you like. And I'll just jump in here to edit the information. He's part of and then the details. So I can have an address for him if I want to. His address, as I said, and any additional information, date of birth or whatever it may be. But as I said, you can collect as much or as little information as you like.
That's wonderful. That's one of the biggest things for us is being able to do that customize what information we want to collect on them as well. That's perfect.
Yep, perfect, beautiful. And also, I'll just get out of that. Also, if you're discounting items, I can either discount by percentage. Obviously, he's already got a VIP discount, but I can change the price if I need to, or I can discount off that individual item. I can also come down here and I can also percentage amount or a dollar amount.
Brilliant.
Oh, beautiful. Also, down here, so if I click on that individual item, maybe not as relevant for you guys, but it would actually. But I can just, if I click show inventory and details, I can see what I've got left in that item, basically. Very, very quickly. I'm going to go out the back or whatever to see, if I've got that bottle of wine left or whatever it may be. I can just view it from the point of sale in real time.
That will help with ordering for sure. Don't have to go traipsing around the place.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, exactly right. So that's pretty cool. All right, beautiful. Also, up the top here, you got park and retrieve sale. So basically, someone, I forgot my wallet. I've got to go to my car to get my wallet, whatever. I can park the sale. Okay. When he comes back, I just hit retrieve. He'll be at the top of the list. I just click on his name and put the sale back through.
Brilliant. Wish I had that last night.
Which is nice. Yeah, so it's nice and easy. I'll just put this through. All right. So you've got your different payment options here. Were you guys using CommBank for your payments?
We were, yes. I'm pretty sure that we won't mind changing that if we need to.
Beautiful. So if that's so we do integrate. The reason why we do integrate with CommBank. But what was sort of also one thing that I would probably suggest, Tom, is we also work with a company called Tyro. So Tyro is an Aussie company. The great thing about those guys is that they have really, really competitive transaction rates in comparison to the big four banks. And basically, so what I would like to do is I'd like to just do a referral over to those guys for you. They'll just reach out and talk turkey with you. Doesn't mean you have to go with it, but I would at least like to do the referral so you've got the information. And we also have an integration with them. So when I put a sale through, so when I click pay, so when I click Tyro, for example, I'll just hit credit card for now. That price will automatically shoot from this point of sale screen straight to the terminal. You don't have to manually punch it in.
Brilliant.
All right, so it's just a really quick save, really. And it's, if you've got casuals on and stuff like that, there's no chance of them stuffing up and overselling something or whatever it may be.
Cool.
All right. Obviously, you can use different receipt templates in VEND, and you can set those up. You guys don't do any quoting or anything like that, so you don't need to worry about that. You can email a receipt too, and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll just complete that sale for now. I'll just get rid of that because I want to print a receipt. I'm not sure. Would you guys do many returns and stuff like that? Tom, or not really?
Better not do. No, we don't. I don't think I've ever done a return.
Beautiful. All right, I don't need to show you that. But that's the sales screen, mate. So beautiful. Is that any questions on that? What are you thinking about that?
That's looking absolutely perfect. One thing I was going to say, we've got in contact with someone who's one of the cardies. I think it was Intercard or something like that, which is a card printing service. they're going to be able to print barcodes on the card. So then if I scan in a barcode of a customer, will it come up on the screen?
Like a gift card?
Yeah, sort of. Like a it'll be like a membership card. It's basically a barcode which attaches to a customer. So if I scan it, it comes up and the customer's logged in.
I'll just have to. I'm not 100% sure on that, Tom. I'll just get some clarity for you around that. But basically, so you want to have a customer that's already in VEND. You've collected their customer information, and then so when they come to purchase something, you can scan their card.
Yeah, basically, I think the way that she was talking about it, Renee from the golf club, is that when you want to add a customer, you can add like let's say their number's 804. I can get a barcode made for 804. So basically, when I click on add customer, scan the barcode, it'll come up with 804 and the customer.
Yeah, you could so let's just add. So say it's Brett. If I click on Brett, another way of doing that. So if I just go edit information.
Yep.
I'll go details. I can also put that in the notes.
Oh, sweet.
So I could enter I can put that as a customer note, and that's searchable against his name.
Beautiful, that's perfect. So if you gave him the number 200, then you type 200, it'll come up with his
110%. Yep, exactly right.
That's brilliant.
Beautiful. Anything else, mate? Any other questions or anything else you want to sort of? I think it's pretty simple for you guys. Like not something that's super in depth or anything like that. Just something that's like really easy to use. You put SaaS through and stuff like that. Is there anything else in terms of functionality you wanted me to go through?
Yeah, let's say I'm getting my orders in. Just about every single thing that I order comes with a barcode, like a crate of Swan Draft that's 24 bottles. Is there a way of adding them to the inventory just by scanning the barcode?
There certainly is.
Brilliant. That's better.
So basically, how do you do purchase orders at the moment? Do you do you have reps come in, or you just do them through like a portal, or sort of how does that sort of work?
Portal usually.
Cool. So basically, what you can do is basically in here, if I go receive stock, I can just choose who the supplier was when it comes in. Choose, obviously, it's only going to the one outlet. The invoice number, the date it's been delivered, the order number. You can leave any notes, and then basically what you can do is we have a scanner app, and it's called the scanner app. It's a free app. Do you use an iPhone, or what do you sort of use for a phone?
I use a Samsung, which is Android.
Okay, so we're not Android. So you could use your scanner as well, but basically you can use if anyone else has got an iPhone, they can download the scanner app, which is free, and you can scan your product straight in. So obviously, when you receive an order, all you'll have to do is to count it off. Yes, it's there, and then hit receive, and then it will update into VEND.
No, that's brilliant. Okay, that's brilliant.
As long as it's a replenishment of stock. So if it's stock, say if it's stock that's run out that's already in VEND and you're replenishing, you simply hit receive. If it's new stock that's never been in VEND, obviously you would need to raise a purchase order and then stick those products into VEND that way. You couldn't just receive them because obviously they've never been in the system before.
That makes sense.
All right, but super easy to receive stock. That's actually quite a new feature too. We didn't have that up until about 3 months ago. So it's a really, really quick and easy way.
Brilliant.
Cool. And obviously do you do stock takes and stuff like that?
Yes, definitely. Every month.
Perfect. Beautiful. So basically this is where you would do your stock counts from. And you can do partial counts, whatever it may be. So if I just add an inventory count.
On average, how long would you say from getting the hardware and everything, how long would you say it would take to set up an entire POS system?
Because you haven't got that many products, it can be pretty quick for you guys, I would say. Give yourselves at a max a couple of weeks. I mean, you haven't got a whole heap of products, so it can be very quick for someone like yourselves.
Brilliant.
But all your inventory counts are done from here. So if I just add an inventory count, and then I can just search, I can just use my. What would you do? What would you do stock take on?
Well, we've been doing it on paper so far, but I'd be pretty happy just to do it on a pad.
Yeah, cool. But what type of products will you do? What do you do stock take on? Like alcohol?
Yeah, alcohol basically. Alcohol and bar snacks.
Yep, sweet. So basically, you would just do that from here.
Cool.
Nice and simple. All right. Anything else I can show you, Matt, or any other functionality you want to see?
So, we've already got a few printers which are hooked up to DSL. So they're wired printers. Does this only work with wireless printers if I want to get a docket printer?
No, they work with either wired or wireless printers. That link that I sent you, that'll have everything that's compatible with VEND. All the printers should be in there. But yeah, it's wireless and wired as well.
Excellent. I'll send that through to the guys. So okay, the next thing. What's the next step?
So what sort of timeline you guys working to, Tom? When you go to a board? Do you like to the?
Yeah, to a committee. So basically, it'll be as soon as possible, really. Yeah, we're just looking to get it set up as soon as we can.
Okay. So basically, in terms of like having an active VEND account, all I need from you guys is an ABN and some credit card details to attach the account, and then I can set it up. And then basically you're live with VEND and you can start getting your products and stuff in. Just in terms of one thing I did want to show you as well, just in terms of like support and stuff so VEND has 24/7 phone online support. If you guys are having any issues, if you click that help, that is live chat with our support team. So you can chat to them through that way. We also have the VEND Help Center as well. Obviously, a lot of retailers have the same sort of issues, especially when it comes to setup and stuff like that. So if you just type in a question in there'll be a million articles. That's another way to have a look at something. And obviously, we do have phone support as well. And that's 24/7 as well.
That's amazing. This is exactly like what we're after.
Plenty of support there. So, yeah, basically, that would be what we would require. There's no locking contracts or anything with VEND. I'll just show you. Now, you're using MyOb account, right, as well for your accounting software?
Yes, we are.
All right, beautiful. So we do integrate with that. And that it'll just do the basics of, all of your sales data will be pushed across, like when you do register closures and stuff like that. So there's no manual entry. It's a newer integration. It's not as we integrate with Xero as well. It's not as strong as that, just because that's been around for a bit longer and the functionality is a bit better. But it'll do the basics for you in terms of pushing sales data across and stuff like that. So have you had a look at the pricing, Tom? Or
yes, we are looking for basically the what we need is at least 2, possibly 3 terminals, and we're looking at the 149. Does the 149 come with multiple terminals to use?
No, so it comes. So your VEND account comes with one register, and then you've got additional terminals. I'll just pull this up for you, mate.
Cool.
Okay, so if I just hover over this, do you use the registers all year round? So basically, depending on which billing you go with month to month, so month to month, an extra register is $69. Annually, it's $50. It works out to $59. But the cool thing about registers is when you're not busy. So say obviously you've got busy periods of the year. Obviously, summer's probably going to be a bit busier for you guys. I suppose it's 30 degrees all year round. But you can turn registers on and turn registers off. So if you're not, if you're not utilising 3 registers, you can say turn 1 or 2 off. So you're not paying.
That's fair enough.
All right. So you'd be looking at. So would you be looking at the month-to-month billing, Tom, or with the annual billing?
I think possibly I'll have to check with the accountant, but I'd probably say we might go month to month to start with, and maybe switch it up.
Yeah, so that's generally what a lot of my customers do. They'll start on the month to month just to get themselves up and running and feel comfortable with the system, and they know when it's going to be used for long term. They generally switch to the annual to save a bit of cash that way. So your month to month billings are $169, and then when you were to go to annual, works out to $149 a month.
Okay, cool.
All right. So would you be doing this setup yourself, Tom?
Yes, most probably. Otherwise, I see you do have. Is it someone who comes around and sets it up, or do you set it up remotely?
We do remotely just like this. And these are, so you can see that, the training and setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are the different sort of training packages that we do. And they're one-off payments, but they are optional.
Cool.
And they're always there too. So even if you did want to have a crack at it, sort of setting it up yourself, and then if you feel like you need a bit of help, we can always set you up with one of these. For you guys, I did say that the express training would be more than enough for you, Tom, and that'd be $269 with a one-off payment there.
Brilliant.
You wouldn't need the voice. You don't. You wouldn't need the. Yeah, I'd say the. Yeah, you wouldn't need the Rolls Royce. So just say if you want either the standard training or the express training.
Beautiful.
And it's just the difference is so it's just 1 hour of training, your data integrity. Check your SKUs and launch in terms of getting your products and stuff in there.
Nice one.
But yeah, I think that's everything I want to take you through, mate.
That's been wonderful.
So, how did you sort of want to go from here, Tom? Do you need to did you want me to get you set up with an account today, or did you want me to follow up in a few days' time and sort of go from there? How did you want to proceed from here?
If you can follow up next week, I will pass this along straight away, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But if I don't, you just give me a bell next week, and I'll tell you how things are getting on. But I think it's almost definite. We'll just got to pass the last test.
Yeah, perfect, mate, perfect. All right, beautiful. What I'll do is I'll just send you a bit of a follow-up email. And I'll follow up. What if I follow up on Friday at the end of the week?
If you could do Monday the week after, that'd be perfect, because that's the big middle of the week for us.
Yeah, beautiful. Not a problem, mate. All right, sweet. I'll make note of that, and I will follow up with you on Monday. But yeah, anything else I can help you with, mate, or any other questions before I let you go?
Absolutely perfect. I think it's going to make my life a hell of a lot easier.
I hope so. I think it will too. I think it's a good fit for you guys. We've got a lot of businesses very similar to yours that are using it already, and they love it. So, I think it'll be a good fit for the business.
Thank you very much indeed, Justin.
All right, Tom, mate. Good to talk to you. I'll speak to you next week.
Talk to you next week. Thanks a lot. See ya.
See you, mate. Bye.